On, family? This is Manuel Godoy from Black Sands, and today we're going to be talking with Peter from PETA Studios, right, about his new Kickstarter based off of his popular series Chayoma from the Newborn series. It's a pretty dope series. We got all their comic books on our platform, so they're one of our creators on BSP, right? And right now he's away from his computer, but he's going to be hopping up here very soon. For the most part, I'd like to say hello to everybody. Haven't done a live video in about, I don't know, 3 weeks or so. So guess I owe you one, right? So we're here now. A little news while we're waiting. I might as well tell you guys about what's going on with our investment round. So we're still in audit. We're still in the middle of our audit right now. It's been the longest audit in the history of the world, like going on 3 months now. But hopefully we can get this audit done very soon and we can freaking launch this campaign. It's the only thing we need to do in order to get this campaign going. So once this audit is done, we'll be able to finally start taking investors. I'm sorry for any delays and stuff like that, but you know, at least you got more time to get your money up, right? I know a lot of people were saying that they want to get their money up. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about Chayoma today. My boy from PETA Studios is here now, and we should be good to go. So let's go and pull this up.
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
How's the family?
Doing great. So first of all, Peter, tell everybody about yourself, what you've been doing, why you're a part of Black Sands, and you know what you're doing right now with your Kickstarter campaign.
Okay. Well, my name is Peter Chisholm. I'm the CEO and founder of PETA Entertainment, PETA Comics, PETA Studio. We're a content creating company that specializes in African-oriented or African-inspired stories, fantasy, sci-fi, all the genres. So we love telling African stories, and we've been doing that for about 4 years now. We've won several awards. Right now we're in a Kickstarter on Chayoma. This is okay. Let me get this is one of the pictures. This is a picture of issue 1, right? It's an epic African fantasy. It's live right now on our Kickstarter, and we've been building this story for about 2 years now. You know, to give it that beautiful extra punch and high quality in storytelling for y'all to enjoy for your pleasure and entertainment. So the Kickstarter covers issue 1, 2, 3. We promise you to see things you've never seen before in entertainment, because it's coming from Africa, and you know hasn't been much African stories coming from this side of the world. And you know, Black Sands I've always been watching Black Sands for a long time, but he doesn't know. So he contacted me and I said, wow, I've been following you guys. You've done amazing work to tell the original African narrative. Yes, that's one of the reasons why I could relate quickly with him and the company and the brand and the vision. And I love the Black Sands comic. I actually bought it when I was in New York Comic Con. He might remember. I met him once. Then he called me and it was a wonderful meeting. It was something that needed to happen, because it's high time we tell the original African narrative. We need to let everyone know that we were here, we're kings, we're gods, and there's a lot of rich stories that the world needs to know. So Chayoma is kind of we use Chayoma to tell the story about the East African Empire, you know, that was called the Kitara Empire. It's located in East Africa. It's also called the Empire of the Light, you know. So we use the story to showcase the beauty and the legacies coming from that part of Africa. So that's the point, you know, driven with a feminine heroine, you know, very powerful and all that. So I don't want to spoil, give you too much spoilers, so you guys go, you know, so we don't. I don't want to spoil the story for you all, you know. So it's available right now on our Kickstarter. I'm also on our website. for issue 1. So we are building content.
Yeah, so let's talk about this for a moment. So I like having these very dynamic conversations. First of all, if you hit that like button. It helps us out. It helps us get to more people. So definitely hit that like button so that we can get more people out there, watching our stuff. But I like those difficult conversations. So let's talk about the Disney myth, right? The Disney myth and the Marvel myth. So what happens is everybody in comic books wants to work for Marvel, right? So what they do is they say, hey, in order to be successful, we got to do a superhero story. We got to put our black characters in some tights and have them go and save some chick in the woods or something like that. And they always got to do the most generic superhero stuff, and that's what we see a lot. But the problem is that market is super oversaturated. And personally, what are you telling differently from what Marvel's telling already? Like what are you really offering that Marvel isn't already offering better? Like
we're offering a whole lot, and like you said,
you.
Sorry?
I'm talking about creators in general, not you specifically, right? It's like this is everybody out there. And I wonder why I liked PETA Studios in particular is because there's no superhero stories. These are people, right? It's fantasy. It's not superhero genre, and that's huge for me because I like those stories.
Yeah, I think the superhero, they're all great stuff, but I think human beings, we need diversity in content. We can't just be one-track minded. All the superhero is cool, but we need to expand, and our imagination by telling all kinds of stories in different ways. And me, I've never really been a fan of creating a superhero, with tights, because I know it's already played out. I see it a lot, So I believe in telling stories that actually showcase people and their emotions and their characters. You understand? So that's what got us where we are, and that's basically that.
So from what I've looked at your stuff is not too graphic as far as like the language, right? Your content is not too graphic as far as the language, but the violence in your stuff is.
No. There's no holds barred, man. There's no holds barred. You have to, why did Games of Thrones get very popular? Because it showed you the reality of the ruthless politics. It's real life. So we're trying to show you, we're trying to bring you this story in the real time, so you feel the experience. Give it to you just the way it is.
Yeah, definitely. And when I look at it, right, this obviously is a story for adults and teens, right?
Yeah, teens and adults. Yes.
You like kids to read stuff like this, then yeah, teens and above is fine. But this is more of
it's right? mature content because of the
I mean, people get their heads chopped off left and right. I mean, you can't go pages without somebody's head flying across the screen. So
one of the inspirations that got me doing this is, like I said, stories like Ninja Scroll. Remember Ninja Scroll, right?
Yeah,
anime from back in the 80s. Yeah, that was a very gruesome and very direct action, bloody. That we all loved, we all liked it, we all enjoyed it, and it was Japanese mythology. So when I saw things like that, I'm like, why don't we have things in African myth, and we have so much culture, So I believe it's something we're working on, and we believe in what we do, So
yeah, and I've talked to plenty of creators over there in Africa, right, who are making comic books. They make a lot of stuff and everything else. But the stories tend to be like right there, the same kind of stuff they already pushing, man. I don't like that stuff, man.
Yeah, you can't blame them, though. You can't blame them because we all grew up in this whitewashed world.
I know. On one hand, you can't blame them, right? On one hand, you can't blame them because that's all they know, right? It's like that's all they know, right?
Yeah. No, most people. The truth is that most human beings are kind of like, let's follow the trend. Because nobody is willing to like explore and let's make a difference. You understand? Like what you did, the first time you called me, I told that you are actually making a difference by stating the fact we need more Black content. So and that was most guys are like afraid to say that, and you said it and it made a lot of sense, and that's the truth. So a lot of guys are like, oh, Superman, Batman, beautiful ideas. I love those ideas, but and that is what it was put upon us for over centuries, and we're used to it. So they kind of follow the norm, you understand? But but from where I'm coming from, I said no, we got to make it African and unique and tell a story. It doesn't have to be a superhero story, but tell a story.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one of the things we're gonna be focused on a lot too. Like after we do our next investment round, we're going to be signing a lot of writers to our company and getting artists for them and everything else. And we have a lot of traditional publishing deals, but a lot of that content they're gonna be creating is like slice of life, that regular life stuff. Like I don't want like the
yeah.
I want every story to be an action-packed. I want to steer a story about a beatboxer in New York who wants to be a DJ one day.
That's very interesting. Okay. Like one of our titles called DJ DJ means different in the Igbo language. That's where I'm from. I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria. They speak Igbo. So Igbo DJ means different. And now, but it's a kind of a superhero story. But now we used what's going on in the economy to tell the story so that everybody could relate to it. So there are actually other ways of telling a superhero story, but you got to make it as real as possible. But imagine it. Okay, let's see. Imagine it's a real superhero living in New York City. How he would behave. Someone very powerful, and just imagine, So that's what we're trying to do in that aspect, because the comic is actually tended to our own views of what's going on in Africa and the country, and it's like our own way of protesting. We don't like this, so we want a superhero to stop the evil that's going on in society. You understand? It's our own way of protesting. So I told myself, if I was ever going to do a superhero story, it had to be something that people can relate with quickly.
Yeah. Well, let's go look at this campaign real quick. Your Kickstarter. Remember, his Kickstarter is live right now. So we're looking at it here, right? This is his Kickstarter campaign right now. He's basically funding issue 3 of Chayoma with this campaign. He already done issue 1 and 2, so they are available for delivery immediately. All right, and issue 3 is in development. It's almost done as well. And then eventually, if he gets enough backers, he might do like a hardcover, 3-piece anthology in there. I don't know what he's gonna do, right? But that's what I would do, because I'm all about money. So I'm trying to make money. So I make them hardcover so I can sell them as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, right now he has 73 backers. That's 24 hours. So that's actually a lot of backers in 24 hours. We sent out a couple of emails yesterday, and also let our patrons know about this campaign. And this is the time where you guys, as the supporters of our company, as the readers of African history and consumers of that stuff, this is your time to ask him questions. So please, if you have any questions at all for Peter about his series, about Newborn, or any other comic series that he's creating, if you have questions about that, please leave them in the comment section right now, and I'm gonna start pulling them up, and then he can start answering these questions. And remember to click the link in the description and go and back this campaign. All right, they got some pretty dope stuff. Let me see if I can get to them rewards. Let me see.
All right, that'll be really cool, bro.
Let's see here. Let's go to them rewards real quick. I want to go to the rewards section. I want to see what I'm getting when I back your campaign.
Yeah, so okay, I could explain, or if you want me to explain, okay, yeah, you could go down to the start with the reward.
I gotta get down to it. There's too much content on here. I'm trying to scroll down to where it is.
I want you all to see the pages and see the work we've been doing for the past 2 years.
See no pages. Buy the book. Buy the book.
Yeah, that's just like 10 pages, right? Out of 100 pages. So so it's that's a t-shirt. Yeah, the t-shirt is the rise of the Mlezi t-shirt. Mlezi means guardians in Swahili language. So the t-shirt has all the characters from this book.
Cool.
This is from the first Kickstarter we did, right? This is all the characters. You can see Chayoma is right here. Sorry, she's right here. That's Chayoma. So she's in that. They're all, if you like superhero t-shirts, Purple Guardian t-shirt, that's it for you. So yeah, these are the books we'll be receiving, right? 1, 2, 3, and this. Yeah, at a particular level tier, you could get the newborn Chronicle of the Newborn Rise of the Lazy included with your backer support. Yes, and we're having some mean, beautiful, illustrated, painted art pieces from the characters from the comic. These are the Basoros and the Janguras. Yes, you can see the African masquerades and deities and demigods. And you have the wall poster, yeah, and Chayoma flight poster. This is, yeah, I actually did the one on the lower part, the one that is striking. Yeah, I illustrated that myself. Yeah, then the ones on top was done by Jimmy King and Snow Sketch Studios. Beautiful guys, wonderful illustrators. Yes. Cool. Yeah. As you can see, it took the wall poster took almost like a month to paint. Very detailed. Yes, we wanted the best quality for you. Okay, yeah, we have stickers. Yeah, the Owen and Chayoma stickers, beautiful, cute stickers, illustrated by Oz Art, Dominic Ozirin. Yeah, he illustrated these beautiful art pieces there for stickers. Yes, of course, yeah, we have an indie special inclusion by 133 Art and MB Media. Yeah, they're one of our good partners. We had a Kickstarter before called Ngolo. So we offered to put one of the comics on the album. It's added to one of the tiers. I think at the $50 tier, you can get, yeah. Yeah, Umbuze, lovely, one of our comics. Umbuze is also part of the newborn series. You can see he's right here.
You read this, all right? I think we released Umbuze about.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
So you can get the physicals. You can get the physical copy.
Yeah, what an award. So the rewards, yeah, you can see $20, $25, $30, $40.
I'm looking for a reward that I know I'm gonna get my value in.
Yeah, a lot of people are going for this 200.
There we go. Easy money right here. $100.
Yeah.
You get 1 billion posters, 1 billion books.
You have the works, everything.
Shirts, things. I don't even know how you make money off of this. This is way over $100 worth of stuff. What is going on here?
Yeah.
If you ain't getting this tier right here, I don't know, man. This seems like this is your bang for your buck.
Yeah, we want to make the backers happy, So we don't want to make the backers happy. So give them good stuff, quality stuff, and well thought out, backer gifts for them as well.
All right.
So next one is the $200. Yeah, if you take that, you get a big thank you from the team, and you end up being on the executive producer section of the issue 3.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Let me go and start pulling some questions.
All right.
So I don't know if this one's directed to you or to me, but let's go check it out. Have you ever considered writing a story about an African hero and an African American hero teaming up and seeing how the two cultures handle different things?
Whoa. Are you giving us an idea? Because it's a good idea, though. What do you think?
Good idea. I'd say I think Dennis Robinson needs to hold on to this one.
Yeah, this is a very good idea.
And make it into a pitch when we have our pitch.
Yeah. Maybe we could speak to him together, have something planned out, work out a wonderful creative idea with Dennis Robinson. It's a very beautiful idea. Beautiful idea.
Yeah, I like that. I like that whole concept right there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can just imagine.
I want an African American dude. I want an African American dude who's like hardcore hate white people. Like he has to be like super hardcore racist because it really shows like the idea of like African American black men have gone through stuff that African people just don't understand because they don't occupying at all times.
Yeah,
so maybe he's a little, maybe the African dude's a little more, peaceful than an African American dude. But that'd be fun, man. It'd be a fun story, right? I think you need to hold on to that one. I think that might be real.
It's already out though. Some people are listening.
yeah, it don't matter. He got it in his head. So once he write the whole thing out, other people hear a pitch and they can't do nothing with it because they're lazy or they're not going to do it. Right? I'm telling you, man.
For real, you're actually right.
There's
Yeah.
nothing sacred about an idea. The only thing that now, if you gave somebody your entire beat sheet on how the story goes, yeah, they could probably do something with that. But can't nobody do nothing with no log line, your 2-line pitch. Nobody could do that. In fact, if you ever watch Hollywood, right? So if you watch like Hollywood on a certain year, you'll see like 4 movies about a meteor hitting the Earth, right? you're like, yeah, I guess somebody thought that the meteor hitting the Earth log line would have worked, right? So 4 different people made 4 different movies about the same log line,
Yeah.
right? They thought it would
Great concept.
work. Completely different films.
Yeah, and I love everything.
Completely different success, everything. So
yeah, just like what's going on right now with the zombie movies. There's so many different zombie angles. Like the last one I just watched was on Netflix. I think the one with in Asia, and the guy was locked in the room. I love that one.
My favorite zombie film, and this is kind of way off topic, right?
Okay.
My favorite zombie film was where you were following the zombie as the zombie, right? And he was like falling in love with this chick, right? And the more game, it was like this shit was hot, man. I was like, this thing is awesome.
Yeah,
all right, let's go on to Muhammad. Muhammad says, where is the campaign hosted? What site are you on now? So his campaign is on Kickstarter, and if you click the link in the description, you can go directly there, or you can just look up Chayoma on Kickstarter. All right. Let's see what else.
Correct. You definitely find it. It's not an English name.
Where is this project based, i.e. country? First of all, where are you based? And then tell us where the story is based.
Okay. Right now I'm in Dallas. Yeah, am I correct? Yeah, I'm in United States. I'm in Dallas. You made the story? Yeah, the story centers revolves around medieval East Africa empire called the Kitara Empire, Empire of the Light, also known as the Great Lakes region, because there are a lot of lakes around that particular region, and a lot of kingdoms and legacies and people, homes living around that great. That's what they call the Great Lakes region.
Where is that now? Like, what country is that nowadays?
Oh no, it's scattered right now. East African countries, Uganda, they've got everything has been.
Okay, so a whole bunch of different a whole bunch of different areas, right?
Yeah, they were all the Empire of the Light at that time, and they spanned all the way to towards Somali and Ethiopia, and that is right where Mount Kilimanjaro is. Yes.
All right. So let me see. How many books have been written about the Civil War? I don't know if that's a question to us or is that a question to people in general. I would have no clue.
What Civil War? There's so many Civil Wars.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what this is about.
There's Civil War in Nigeria though, 1960, in Nigeria too. There was also had our own Civil War too. I've heard of the American Civil War. I've heard about the Civil Wars all over the world. So it depends which Civil War.
Okay, so let's see. When is the writer signings? I guess that one's for me. I'm going to be doing it in November. Although I will have a private round this month in October. So the first 5 people I'll ever sign are going to be privately held in my Patreon. So that's going to be cool. Mostly because I got to get the kinks out of it, right? Like I have a website for hosting these competitions, and I got to make sure it works properly. So I'm going to do it closed in-house, and I'm going to be signing people in Patreon and giving them artists and letting them build mangas right off of my budget, right? So that's cool, traditional publishing deals. I want to give people opportunities, mostly because there's too many people in the Black community that are already in comics and manga who think the Disney deal is the only way they'll ever have success. And no matter what you offer them, no matter how you help them or what deals on the table, they think that if they sign with you for any amount of time, that Disney deal's right out the pocket, right? I
want to put something up. When I started this journey, I wasn't expecting. The truth is that I never put my mind to expect any deal from anyone because I know that could be forever. There's a lot. Disney and Marvel, they're busy. They're doing a lot of stuff. They're not going to be waiting for you. So, but you got to start from somewhere. They started from somewhere, so we got to start from somewhere. So that's just it. And the only way we can actually get this content to you the way it's supposed to be is if we build the capacity to do so ourselves. So we We don't have it artificially along the line. You know, so yeah, if Disney deal comes, fine, but we're not waiting for it. You know, we're pushing. You know, it's one life, so believe in yourself and do whatever you can to get to where you're going. That's my motto. Anyway, so I'd never put my mind on this. Yeah, if it comes, it does happen once in a billion years. So, but we can't wait for that.
That is about the percentage too, about 1 in a billion. You know?
Yeah, we can't wait for that. How can we?
I don't understand it.
Yes, no, we can't.
I don't understand it. Nobody can tell me that's a realistic goal to go and get your comic sold tomorrow. Not a realistic goal at all, you know. But people have it. People have it set in their way. It's cool because people, they've done studies on this. 98% of children in the United States know who the hell Ronald McDonald is.
For real?
Yep. 98% of American kids know who Ronald McDonald is. 98% of American kids don't know who Jesus is, but they know this is a Christian country, and yet but Ronald McDonald got your kid on lock. And the answer to that is that they just got power over the market. They market constantly. It's constant saturation. And the same goes for us comic creators. Comic creators see that the Marvel and DCs of the world is the end game. No matter how ridiculously unattainable it is, they've been bred to think that, and they can't get it out their head. And the only people that I think will truly believe that they're not doing that is when we take them from the beginning, when they just have a concept on a page. They're like, this is my idea. I wish I could do it, but I can't afford to make the book. And we say, don't worry about that. Don't worry about finding an artist. Don't worry about the management side of this. Just give us a good story, follow these simple rules, and we're going to sell comic books. And a year later, when you see that you've made close to $40,000, $50,000 off of royalties, right? And you're like, oh, damn, wait a minute. This is the career. Because the people who write for Marvel, the people who write for DC, they still only make like $60,000, $80,000 a year. And they've been writing for them for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? They ain't rich. Comic book writers in Marvel aren't rich. They're regular people. They get paid regular wages. That's why they work for so many different other people and they go to conventions and stuff. So what I'm saying is, with those people, when they see them checks start coming in, they're going to be like, okay, this is where it's at. I can walk away from my 9 to 5 and focus on comic books for the rest of my life and not worry about that deal, because that deal is not better than what I already have.
Yeah.
But you got to get them fresh. If you don't get them fresh, they'll never see it that way.
It's kind of like what Image did, right? When they broke out of the grip of DC and Marvel and they decided to create something, and they leveraged on their popularity and they built a whole new world through and they were young then, the same thing. So we just gotta believe, man, and create good content.
Yeah, good content, know how to market.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions? We are coming down to the bottom of the list and I'm not seeing any new questions. So please leave your questions. I'm gonna look for about 5 more minutes and then we're gonna call it a day. Remember, you don't have to wait until the end of the video to support. Just click that link right now and back that campaign, right? And let him know that you came from Black Sands, man. Go to the comment section and say Black Sands in the house. Do stuff like that, man. That's what we do. And definitely share it with your friends. Anybody who reads comic books like this, make sure to share that with them. Right? Do a screen capture like, oh yeah, I backed this campaign. Show that on Instagram. Show a screen capture of that.
Okay, I want to show. Yeah, this is issue 2. This is a sample of issue 2 of Chayoma. I can see the beautiful. Yeah, we turn the cover to a page spread so you can enjoy the artwork while you're reading your comic. So in the full poster on this particular issue, I really enjoy that because I believe in being dynamic with your comics. So this is just lovely. So that's part of what you get from issue 2 in the project.
Yeah, definitely, man. I don't like opening my books that wide. I rip my books. I got kids. I can see them now trying to look at the thing and rip it in half.
Oh, no, but that's the fun. That's the fun of it, though. The kids must flip it up. Then you go buy another one.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see if we got any more questions. Boom. When you guys start signing, okay, let's see. When you guys start signing people in November, are you guys going to sign people that make novels like regular chapter books? No. In fact, I don't want any pre-existing content at all. The first thing, there's a couple of rules that we're doing with this thing. First of all, every single person I'm signing is being signed as a writer of a series that we are picking up as our property. So in other words, we're going to put a theme out there. We're going to say, like Homeboy said, right? African-American and an African team up to do something, right? And that's the theme of the challenge. And people are going to put out their pitches based off the criteria that we set. And then when we feel like we have the strongest person, the one who followed the script the best, and the one who basically made the best product before development, we're going to go and talk to them about signing them to a company. When they get signed, we're going to ask for a script in a certain amount of time period. They're going to sign a contract with us as the publisher. We're going to own the property that they create, right? So they're going to sign that off. Say, hey, you guys own the copyright. They're going to be a license holder. They're going to hold a percentage of the sales of whatever comes from that series, right? So at first, I think people who are brand new, they're going to be 10% on the first book, 15% on the second, and then 20% on every book after that. They don't have to worry about printing. They don't have to worry about paying anybody. They don't have to worry about marketing. They don't have to worry about finding the artist. None of that crap. We handle everything. The traditional publishing deal, right? And the most important thing is that it's a revenue stream. Every time you make a comic book and we release it, and then we start selling that bad boy in our store and everything else, you're getting a check every 3 to 6 months. I had to pay my musician, right? The person who composed the album for Black Sands. And last month when we were selling it at a high, look, I ran out of inventory. So that's one of the horror stories of this year is I keep running out of inventory. But when I had inventory, right, and we did 100,000 in sales that month, right? He said he had a royalty check of about $6,000 on that month, right? Exclusively for his part of the DVD, right? One item, his part, right? If he had like 3 DVDs, he'd had 3 times that because we'd have sold them just as much, right? So at the end of the day, think about that, man. A guy can make off of his royalty, he can make close to like $6,000 in a month off of me, right? He said it's only a matter of time before other people, when their comics get hot, right, that they might be getting big ass royalty checks from us on a monthly basis. We sell a lot of product, so it's very lucrative.
Your head must be like a computer, man. Yeah, we have no choice. It comes with the terrain because you're trying to build the brand, build the business, build a legacy, build an empire. You got to ready to do the work and know the numbers. The standard.
Let's see here. When are series going to start? I don't know what that question is. Please reiterate it on the bottom. I just don't understand the question. Let's see. Is there any chance in the future of establishing something bigger that gives more chances to kids and teens to get their ideas out there? The fact that I'm signing 30 plus new creators in 2021 is enough, right? Also, just let you guys know, there is a forum on the app for BSP. So BSP will be a hub for anybody who loves comics and mangas in the Black community to get together, talk trash about comics, love comics, build teams. Whatever you're doing, you can do it on the app. You don't even have to leave the app and go to Instagram or Facebook, talk about stuff. You can talk about it directly in the app. And it works very similar to Reddit. So, the opportunity is going to be in the app. Everything's going to be in the app, and that's really where the power is. Being able to keep everybody in there, right? I don't want to have people hey, I want to talk about Chayoma today. All right, well, let me go on Reddit to talk about it. Nah, let's go and talk about Chayoma in the Chayoma official thread in the app, And then it's like, thousands of comments of the readers of Chayoma, and you don't feel like you're alone in this. Like you're some random black guy who likes comic books. You're now part of an army. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, comics, we decided to start with comics. Everybody will love animation, right? But we decided to, because comics is a lot easier for us to tell our stories so people can see,
Yeah, animation is a career killer. Just let you know. You go into animation the wrong way, it could kill your entire career.
Yeah.
Start to finish. How long was the process? Concept to manuscript? That's for you, right? From start to finish, how long was the process? Concept to manuscript to finish the book ready to be funded. All right. So how long did it take for you to get to Chayoma, to the right place where you could bring it to Kickstarter?
Oh, I could say 15 years.
Don't say stuff like that.
No, I'll be real, because it started the whole journey. Yeah, the whole journey started about 15 years ago, and we, decided to do our research to understand the stories, the cultures, and everything. So, I wouldn't say it was 2 years ago. No, it started from when the journey started, because that's when you start.
Yeah. Got like 15 books though, man.
Anyway, but I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's exaggeration. But for real, Chayoma's story really went into deep her story from 2 years, till now. So we focus on our story to bring out that part of Africa and make it a lot better, and about 2 years,
Okay.
to bring it out. A lot of deep thinking, a lot of not just trying to be unique, because there's a lot of stories out there, so to make it better for everyone.
Let's see here. Do we have a name for this genre of comics animation? If not, can I suggest Africanime?
That's
I don't know that one yet, right? We should think of a universal name for comics and manga. Personally, I don't know yet though. I think what's the name is like most of the books have about the same kind of style of animation, which is very different from comics or manga. So he has his own pedestal, right? He has a pedestal, right?
Well, yeah, we call it pedestal because that's what we decided to do.
Yeah, he got a pedestal, but for the most part, yeah, we don't have a name for it yet. All right. I don't know if it's too necessary yet to get an idea for that. Maybe we'll start doing that once we get BSP off the ground, right? Because that's when it starts defining the culture, right? That's the whole concept of BSP, is to define the culture. Because there's a war right now where they try to tell you what's acceptable to be a black man and woman in America, right? What kind of acceptable thoughts are there, right? And we're like, bullshit, man. You can't tell us what to do, So so that's what's up with that. Let me go and give a shout out to Dracodon Stars. Thank you so much for supporting the campaign for Chayoma. Really appreciate it. Absolutely, man. I know he appreciates it. Peter, you appreciate that right there?
We need that money. We need that money because we got to create this. We got to make it work.
All right. What if I'm a first-time offer? Well, good luck. That's all it means. I don't care. I didn't ask for your resume when I asked for a pitch. I asked for a pitch. Don't worry. If you suck, I can always fire you. But if you follow the rules, and I make rules very well, very good, so it's like so you can not mess up, right? So long as you're not, super egotistical on how it's supposed to be done when you're a first timer, you should be able to get through the process and start your career as a writer in Black Sands Entertainment. But you got to come with a fire idea first. So that's what's up. Let's see. Will Chayoma have an animated series? Maybe, if they have enough money. Who knows, right? Give him money. Give him money. If he gets 50,000, he'll animate something for you. I promise. I promise he will. Let's see. Will there be some depictions of the entire African diaspora? That's almost, I don't know what that's way too big of a thing, but his comic specifically takes up a large piece of the African diaspora. We want Brazilians like crazy. We want Brazilians bad, right? But we won't be able to get them for a while.
Yeah, I think,
anything?
The African diaspora. Well, but that's a lot. Would there be a distribution of time?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Through our comic, Coins of a Newborn, we're able to show Africa. Yeah, that's not the diaspora. That means Africa itself. You know what I mean? So that's it right there.
All right. This person says you should permit fundraising in through your app. One day we will, right? But for now, we can't do that, right? I am always fundraising on Patreon, so I have a huge Patreon community, right? Join that if you want to, help us keep funding people. That's how we got him in there in the first place.
All right.
Got to check.
All right.
Let's see. Let's get these last questions in, and then we're good to go. No more questions past this point. How can musicians contact to produce your show showcase scores? I don't really know. Not yet. We usually have casting calls and stuff like that. So I don't know. These are kind of rare opportunities, I don't really know about that one. Let's see. How do your ideas of your comics come to, and what was the process for it to come to paper? How about you?
Okay, how my ideas?
Yeah, like how did the ideas come to you?
Oh, they just come naturally, I think it's just the grace of God, and something I just had. It's basically just storytelling. It doesn't matter which medium. I could direct a movie. I could create a video game, anime, anything. It just comes to storytelling. So it just comes to me, naturally. And also, I've been consuming a lot of content as a child. So, they kind of stay there, in the how do I put it now? In a very just in your subconscious. That if you have the passion and the drive, then it activates. So it comes to me naturally. Then I do a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of practice, a lot of thinking, a lot of deep thinking, though. Deep thinking.
Yeah. All right. So here's a good question. Will there be some futuristic African stories? Absolutely. I love it. I love futuristic African stories. I like stories of alternate history or alternate, stuff. Like I would like a story where in colonialism, right? In the age of colonialism, where all the guns were owned by like Africans, right? Africans invented guns, right? And like there was a huge crusade. Like the Crusades continued into Africa when they realized they said homies had shotguns and stuff. Right? And it's like a whole different dynamic to the story. And I'd be like, yo, that's kind of cool to see an alternate, history and stuff like that. I don't care. You ever seen that movie Cowboys and Aliens? Cowboys and Aliens? Great movie. I love that freaking movie. Ridiculous premise.
2012, right?
Yeah. But it was a great movie. I loved it.
It was a cool twist.
It was so ridiculous.
It was an amazing twist. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
Do it. I don't care what it is. Do it. Pitch some stuff. You never know what's gonna get signed by black people. We don't want superhero stories. So anything like, hey, I got this superhero, I'm already gonna be like, I don't want it. You better come at me with something original, very original. All right, guys. So that's it. Please support his campaign. Go click the link below in the description. Go to Kickstarter for Chayoma. We are pushing to the next goal, which is 20K. 20K, he'll be able to do a motion comic for issue 1, 2, and 3 in a similar style to Black Sands, the episodes you see on YouTube. So if you love our episodes, you're gonna like his just as much. All right, so go ahead and help him get to that level. Okay, we're supporting him 100%. I love people who actually go out there and make content on a very consistent basis. He got like 16 books, 500 pages of content. He's a big time dude, right? He just didn't get that moment yet, right? His moment to shine. And that moment is now. So let's go and help him get his thing, get his support, and tell stories about East African culture and everything else in between. All right, let's go. Black Sands out. Remember.
Yeah, got the neighbor's dogs.
Yeah. See you later.